Hello. I feel like I should be introducing my name more in the beginning of these videos because I have a bunch of videos where I just don't say my name and my name is kind of spelled a little and people tend to get it a little twisted. So, hi, I'm Tay and today I'm gonna make a video about books because I make videos on different topics sometimes and my camera is unfocusing on me. Please don't do that. Yay! So, all throughout my YouTube career so far, I've always talked about books that I want to read, I'm excited to read, and just for a little bit of a turn, we're going to talk about a book that I was really, really excited to read. But then when I started reading, I was like, okay, let's just put a stop to this, let's put a pause on this, and leave it for another time when I think I'm going to appreciate it more. And unfortunately, that book is The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. I really wanted to like this book. I think if you watch a past like TBR video of mine, I think it was August. I don't remember the month, but I remember I said I was really excited to read this book because I read the little uh, penguin classic, the little black penguin classic, but I just didn't vibe with this. I just couldn't. I read the first 5 chapters, just so you know. I did read like a quarter of the book. This book has like 20 chapters, right? Yeah. It has 20 chapters, and I read 5 of them, and I just could not stand it. I thought I could like muscle my way through this like I have with my other books that I don't particularly like that much. But with this book, I was, with every word, I was like, when is this book going to end? And obviously, that is not a good sign. So, a thing that I always encourage is that if you don't like reading a book, if you feel dissatisfied, if you feel conflicted, if you feel like you can't go on and all of it is in a very negative way, you should stop regardless what it is. I apply that logic to books, to games, to just anything. And for this book, I felt that way. It's like every single word I read, I was like, okay, when is this gonna get better for me? And don't be mistaken, I'm pretty sure this is a really good book since it is recommended by a lot of people to be like beginners, like a beginner's gateway to classics, and like this is an easy classic to read because it's short and it's the language is not too complicated and everything. But for me, I think that the way that it's written, it feels a little snobbish. Like I just don't like how the writing is done. Um, Not particularly for this book. I feel like it's very snobby, but maybe that's just me because this is also talking about like beauty, intelligence, stupidity, and ugliness and things like that. Those are central themes to Dorian Gray because it is talking about like beauty and everything. And as people know from like a very brief summary of the book, when he wishes that a perfect portrait of himself would bear the signs of aging in his place, the picture becomes his hideous secret as it follows Dorian's own downward spiral into cruelty and depravity. So vanity is a very central theme in there, and I just did not like any of the discussions that they had in here, and I think that is a problem. And so I couldn't really enjoy this book, and I I've made a lot of comments in here, but I think one of the comments that I like remember making the most are comments where I just detest the misogyny in here, like saying that they have to just tolerate the women, you don't like the women, women are like a lower class to men, women don't care about things, and it's all just like nobody warned me about all these things. I wish I saw them earlier than I read it. And another thing that I vividly remember writing is that within the first chapter, I actually didn't want to meet Dorian Gray, even though the the title is literally his name. The summary shows that he is like the main character of this story, but I just didn't want to meet him because they had in the first chapter they had like an entire conversation about Dorian Gray's beauty and how he's a muse, and it's all about beauty and all about Dorian Gray being like this perfect muse, this perfect person for um, Basil's art and all. And at that point, I was like, okay, reverence to beauty is not my thing. I just not a fan of revering beauty in that sense, and I'm not that interested in the topic of the consequences of it as of right now where I am in my life. I'm just not into that kind of thing right now. I wrote here, if you can see, I don't want to meet Dorian Gray. Very, very. I wrote it very aggressively, honestly. I said here, because Basil said, I don't want you to meet him, and then I said, I don't want to meet him either. I want to stop reading, but I know I can't. Yes, you can. You can stop reading a book whenever you want, and it can be for any reason. So, yeah, that's all I have to say about this book. I hope I can pick it up again in the future because I really want to read its entirety and see the beauty in it like other people have and see why people love this book so much. But as of right now, I'm just I'm just not appreciating it. It feels the writing is snobby to me. The topics I don't particularly like, and I don't think I can take the misogynist comments as of right now. So this is the first book that I'm placing on DNF. Did not finish, but I really hope that in the future I'll be picking this book up again. And yeah, I was really hoping to like Oscar Wilde. Maybe I'll like maybe his plays. I'm not sure, but I do know I like his wittiness. It's just maybe another time. I'll appreciate it another time. I'll always look at it like that. If I don't appreciate it now, me in the future will always appreciate it somehow, some way. So I really hope I'll be able to appreciate it in the future. So yeah. Bye.